What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing the Shuckle EX and Venusaur EX solo expert mission. This deck may look familiar. It used to be a meta deck. It's just Guzzlord and 18 trainers. Main thing to note is the Lucamine, because that's going to help you build your second Guzzlord. That's you hopefully get on bench. I really like Team Rocket Grunt in here because you really aren't guaranteed that that energy removal, and having a Team Rocket Grunt and the 2 energy ability really just helps solidify like them not getting energy. So obviously we're going to start off with Guzzlord because it's the only Pokemon in the deck. Starts out with Venusaur. So something to note I've seen often is loves to make the Venusaur go back on bench when there's something else that you can play to tank for it. So we'll see if that happens. Something to run in this one could be Guzma to get rid of that cape if that's a bother, if it's kind of getting to you. I've found that cape or no cape, you either win or you lose. This one has taken me a couple times to beat with this deck, because obviously they have the advantage against you, but overall it's not too bad. Definitely harder ones that have released. Hope you guys are liking the new set. I have not been able to pull much of anything. I think I pulled Lugia, but like I don't want to run that until I have 2 Lugias and 2 Hoes. And let's see what we get here. He only has 1 energy on this thing anyways, so, and I got nothing. But yeah, I don't really want to run that deck until I have 2 of both, and who knows how long it's going to take. Love to see what the meta is. As of now, competitive isn't open yet, you can't play it yet. Just going to grind core because he only has 1 energy anyways, so it would be annoying to use the Rocket Grunt. Luckily I got, okay, I'm gonna go crazy here. If I would have Rocket Grunted, got 1, and then also got 1 with the grind core, I would have been beating myself up, because I know that there's gonna be other energy in the future that I could have taken away. I could have tried to take away at least. So see what happens here. Definitely should probably use a card here soon because I have 9, but max is 10, so take that out. This is a pretty good start. With the type advantage, if he has Venusaur on active, he can do some damage to you, especially with that cape. 220 health. That's a lot. So plus with the healing they have, because I'm pretty sure this deck runs 2 Ericas. They have the cape, and it's really hard to break through sometimes. Also has that I forget the name of the Pokemon on bench that helps heal. So they got a lot of healing. I used to run a deck similar to this way back in the day. I'm gonna grind core to see if I can take away some of this energy. If I can take away, okay, perfect. I can take away at least 1. He can only hit me for 80 because he has type advantage. Yeah, but I used to run a deck similar to this back in the day. It was 2 Venusaur and then 2 Butterfree, and then a couple supporters. It was a lot of Pokemon in that deck because there's 2 Pokemon that have that are both stage 2s. So hard to get set up, but once you got set up, the Butterfrees healed for 20 each, so that's free 40 plus the 30 from the 100 damage ability. And then if you have potions, or I think Erica was in the game when I built that deck, and Erica, it really just made it super annoying. So they either had to 1-hit it, or they had to be able to survive multiple 100 damage hits from Venusaur. But that's fine. I have 2 energy on the bench, Guzzlord. So what I can do now is Lucamine, put that right in, and I'm chilling. I want to say to get the challenge done where you don't give any points up, I use an old Charizard deck. I might show you guys that after both of these are done. But yeah, should be pretty free here because he hasn't whittled me down at all. Obviously, this isn't going to kill. Curious to see if he switches out to that Shuckle on bench. I should still have a Cyrus. Yeah, pretty sure I still in the. I only have one in this deck, so probably could switch out for Sabrina because honestly, with these trainers more and more liking to switch out, it's really probably better to have. If I Sabrina here, I wonder what he's gonna put in. But I think it's better just, yeah. If I heal, then I should not be one hit. This won't kill because of the ability. Pretty close. Both of these are pretty close. Plus, I'm getting closer to getting that Cyrus in hand. But like I said, I probably would want to switch out that Cyrus for another. I'm sorry, the Sabrina for another Cyrus because I've often fell into the situation where if I know if I Sabrina, they're not going to put in the card that I want, but I almost always do damage to most of their Pokemon. I think I always run one Cyrus and one Sabrina in my Greninja deck, which is definitely not a good idea. Since I didn't get Cyrus, I'm thinking, let's see what they put in. I don't, yeah, okay, that was a waste. See what I mean? If I had Cyrus, that would have been a free win. I'm gonna get another point here. I have 2 cards. Like, the odds are not great on that. Thankfully, I can still survive a hit. Definitely can heal up a good bit here. I don't remember if I used 2 Ericas, but either way, I kind of only have one move here anyways. Surprised he put the energy on before he put that Shuckle down, because he could have put that Shuckle down, switched back, and survived another hit. Probably would have won the game. There's my Cyrus, but don't even need it really now. Just a little insult to injury. Let's see what I hit here. Okay, I hit 0. So sometimes I feel like those are rigged, but you know, I got no proof. And there we go. There we go for the dark deck only. So second deck we have here is a the Buzzwole EX deck that I used in the other video. Really just Salazzle, Salandit, and the Lucamine for the Blazifen. I always get that name wrong. But yep, deck's on screen. Sometimes you can win this without even using that second Pokemon. I really do like Salazzle, and it is a shame that I feel like I don't see much of any use in the meta ever. But yeah, 30 damage isn't a lot, but with the poison and the fire, I had a variant of this deck where obviously you can't use this for the challenge, but I sometimes play online with it, like competitive. It's Salazzle and Nihilio, the one that does more damage for poison. So in one turn, I mean, let's say you don't have type advantage. You hit for 30. If you have 2 Nihilios on bench, your poison does 30, and then fire does 20. So it's 50 plus 30, that's 80 type advantage. You do 100 damage for a basic, and let's say they kill your Pokemon, and you put something else in. The fire is a coin flip every one of their turns, and then poison just stays on until they switch out. So it really, you know, 100 damage might not seem a lot, like with the perfect setup, but the idea kind of is you're making them move around their Pokemon in ways that they don't really want to get rid of the poison and the burn. So that can get weaker Pokemon in that you're able to, you know, whittle down even more. So that's kind of the idea. Like I said, it's not super meta, but I think it's a lot of fun. So just healing up here. I'm in a decent position. I kind of would like to pull Salazzle here. you know, so I can get this poison off. It doesn't really matter for the Shaman because the Shaman's dead either way with type advantage. But pulling it early, you know, gives me that confidence. I'm able to start applying some debuffs. I think I'm going to build up. Yeah, I'll just build them up. Maybe I can throw them in without having to use Lucamine. Problem is, doing 70 damage to yourself is so much. Like, you're pretty much sacrificing the Pokemon for someone else. An eye for an eye. So, I think it can kill Shuckle, though. So, one-hit Shuckle if he puts it in. And there we go. Slazazzle, put that on. Obviously, not really needed for the, oops. Never needed for the Slazazzle. Or not Slazazzle, for the Shaman. Shaman's not crazy. Kind of wanted to put in Venusaur here. Puts in Shuckle. Okay, great. Let's just do that. Could have switched out to Blazion if I put the energy on it, but I just love watching that whittle away. He did hit the heads to get rid of it, so I can get that 20 damage next turn, but he stays in. Should be dead anyways. Poison's going down 10. And he switched. Yep. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. I mean, this is going to be a free kill on the second Shaman. If I could have just killed the Shuckle, would have been over, but I don't mind taking on another Shaman. That way you can't get the heals off, which can be very annoying, but I think it's the Ericas that are more annoying. 2 down. Let's see if we can go with getting no points. I'm not sure if that's a challenge or not for this one. I think it might be, but let's get something else. I don't die to this. I will probably die next turn, but I don't die to this one. So I'm able to get that off, and then see what the move is here. I can just use Cyrus. Yeah. Good thing about this is a kill. I want to say it's a kill because it's 30 poison. Actually, I'm not too confident about that. This is a kill though for sure. So no reason to mess around, and I still survive. So yeah, they got no points on me. Pretty easy win. This is definitely not one of the hardest ones, but I don't think you're gonna have trouble with this one as much. I'll show you some other decks that all of the missions you can kind of run through with them, and you can literally just put them on auto and half the time they win. So I have this fighting deck, used to be super meta, Rampardos deck, and then this is a little less meta, but the Oricorio comes in clutch for some of the battles. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day.